Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another maybe monthly vlog. This is the monthly vlog for February of 2025. I almost said 24. Before we get into today's main topics, as usual, I just want to thank everybody for continued support. It's been amazing, as usual, and I really, just means a lot that you guys are enjoying my stuff. I know that I'm not the most polished, but you guys seem to really like it, and I really like that. I like doing playthroughs, and it seems like you guys are liking them a lot too. So thank you guys thank you for the continued support. We're about 3, I think. Last time checking, it was 3 away from 1,400. So that's a huge milestone, considering that I think last year around this time we were at like 700 or 800 something. So I know I did the math on it in my last video. I don't remember. So anyway. We get to 2,000, we'll do a giveaway, which I mentioned a while ago, but we'll do it. So maybe we can do it this year. That'd be awesome. We can get it to 2,000 by the end of the year. As I've been doing the past couple vlogs, the past few vlogs, I just want to highlight some playthroughs we did this month. We're doing all our legendary playthroughs have been for What If Season 3. So the first week we did episodes 1 and 2 of Season 3. The next week we did episodes 3 and 4. Is that what we did? Why do I have my weeks all weird? Oh, we did Weapon X. We did a couple random playthroughs. We did a couple random playthroughs, and then we started into that stuff. And then we're going to have, then we did episode 5 yesterday, episode 6 next week, and then episode 7 and 8 will be one combined playthrough the following week. And the rumor has been that the second edition is supposed to come sometime, like, I don't know, I saw February, but Upper Deck pushes stuff back. So I don't know, that's tentative when that comes up. When that comes up, of course, we'll be doing a lot of stuff covering that. But in the meantime, we'll be knocking the playthroughs out. I've got, there was a comic book story involving Groot and the Hulk that I thought was really enjoyable that I wanted to do a playthrough of. So we'll do a playthrough based on that. But been trying to read through comics. I've got my big fat stack here that I'm very far behind on. I'm very, very far behind on some stuff. So we'll get into those if I get some of those set up. There's a really cool set of stories that I haven't started, but they're What If, and these different characters are Heralds of Galactus. So that could be a cool one to maybe somehow form into a story or playthrough. But that's what we did so far for this month. A lot of MCU and MCU adjacent things coming through. The next few months, we've got Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, that's happening right now. We've got Captain America, Brave New World, that's in a couple weeks. We've got Daredevil, Born Again. We're going to have Thunderbolts. We're going to have Fantastic Four, Eyes of Wakanda. Like, there's a ton of content from Disney, Marvel right now, so we'll have playthroughs for all that stuff, of course. The other thing I wanted to highlight too is the 2 Stroganoff playthroughs. So I said it in the playthroughs, but Stroganoff is a very interesting, it's genuinely a great solo Euro game. Now it plays up to 4, but I think some of the turns can combo and chain into each other, and they can kind of feed into each other and get complex. And I think those are so good for solo because you're just doing it for yourself. The solo opponent's really great in the game. It's a very interesting, very different game. I don't really have anything like it in my collection. So if you haven't checked those playthroughs out, please go check those out. Especially the base game, because I got the expansion through Kickstarter, and after they did the Kickstarter for this, but like during one of their other Kickstarters, they announced that they were going out of business, and they are fulfilling their Kickstarters, like their what they have owed to people. So I don't know what the availability of these games are going to look like, come the next few months. But if you check out the playthrough and let me, and if you think it's good, I would grab it when you could, because it's genuinely a very fantastic solo Euro game. So we did a playthrough of the base game and a playthrough with the Turrican expansion, which is the one, like I said, that just fulfilled Kickstarter. And it adds 4 modules, and they're very light in terms of what they add to the game from a rules complexity perspective, because the game's already, like, it's fairly decently complex. So adding those in isn't very hard in terms of like what the cognitive load. So check those out. And then we have our 2 first playthroughs for the 5x5. So if you guys didn't catch it at the end of last year, we're doing a 5x5 challenge for 2025, which is funny. 5x5 for 25. You get it? Math jokes. And the games that we are doing are Feast for Odin, Role Player, Endless Winter, Darwin's Journey, and Dune Imperium Uprising. And the first 2 playthroughs of those have come through. We've done Role Player and we've done Endless Winter. And I've got coming up next Darwin's Journey. I was waiting. So I was kind of waiting on Darwin's Journey and Dune Imperium because I was waiting for like expansion content and like other stuff. But I did get the metal. So for Darwin's Journey, I was waiting for getting the metal coins and the rubber seals and the wooden discs and a bunch of the component upgrades and the all the mini expansions. So Darwin's Journey is going to follow a little along like Endless Winter, where we'll be doing playthroughs of. Well, Endless Winter, we'll do playthroughs of each expansion individually and then do the last playthrough being the whole thing all thrown together. Role Player is more of, we're just going to see, like, let's just change up the setup, see how we can deal with this puzzle in a tactical way, and see how we can best utilize what's going to be the best score out of these 5. Darwin's Journey is kind of more on the Endless Winter side. We've got a playthrough of the base game, and then we're going to do a playthrough of Firelands, and then I'll start adding in some of the mini expansions here and there. And if it does deliver, I don't think it's going to, but if it does deliver this year, we'll do Oceania. But we'll have to kind of just see. We'll just kind of have to see when that happens. But I'm not holding my breath on that. Dune Imperium Uprising, I was waiting for Bloodlines. Bloodlines did come in. I got a couple playthroughs of that done and learned it, and I think I did pretty well. So we've got a playthrough of that with Bloodlines very soon, coming up in February. And A Feast for Odin is the one that I haven't tackled yet. And it's mainly because I sat down in December and played it like 3 or 4 times to get my memory fresh, thinking, all right, I'm going to get this. And then I set it all up, and then I forgot a bunch of stuff, and then it was just like such a mental, I'm like, I can't. So A Feast for Odin, I think what I'm going to have to do is refresh the rules on myself with it. And then I'm just going to have to do like all 5 of the playthroughs basically within a couple days of each other so that the rules are fresh in my head. And then I'll just share those whenever the time comes. So the original plan was like 1 game each, and then kind of just from there on do it however. So the order right now will be Darwin's Journey, Dune Imperium, and then A Feast for Odin, and then after that will just be whatever comes out, comes out. The other thing I was going to do with that, and this sort of segues into my main first topic of the day, is how you guys approach those challenges, the X-Bikes challenges, 5x5, 10x10, things like that. Because part of me, especially when it's a game that I haven't played in a long time, I hadn't played Darwin's Journey in over a year, I hadn't played Endless Winter in a long time, I hadn't played any of these games I hadn't played in a long time. So it was a really nice, Dune Imperium I do feel pretty comfortable with, but Uprising, the spies, for whatever reason, kind of broke my brain. I think I've gotten over that hump, especially because I did a very spy-heavy playthrough for the first playthrough. I'm very excited for you guys to see. And, it's one of those things where, like, do you sit down for the 5x5 or your 10x10 challenge and say, I'm going to just, I'm going to knock out all of them for this game before moving on to the next one? Or do you say, I'm going to do one here, put it away, pull out a different one, do one here, pull it away, so on and so forth. Because I decided also for myself to do a 10x10 challenge of just games I haven't played last year. Or if I did, I played like once. And I started with the first game I started with is actually over. Okay, I'm having a hard time. It's that game right there. I don't know why I can't. Planet Unknown. Holy cow. Okay. Anyway, Planet Unknown. I started with that. So, and I'll get into what my personal 10x10 is here in a second. But I'm playing through it, and Planet Unknown in particular is a very light game in terms of, like, it's easy to set up. It's not hard rules-wise. You can knock out a bunch of games. So next thing you know, I've played 6 games in a row of it. I'm like, holy cow. And I did a playthrough for the channel because, and this will go on to the later topic, this expansion's coming out. So I was like, well, I'm going to do a playthrough for the base game, and then I'll do one of the expansion. Thinking I would have the expansion by now, and I could just play through it and then get my 10 done, and the expansion's not here. Again, that's the last topic. So I'm really interested to know how you guys approach it, because a part of me is like, especially in BG stats, it's like a bar, and you're like, I got to fill the XP bar. I got to get to the next level. So I feel like that's what it looks like to me. But then at the same time, are you enjoying the games if it's like an assignment? If it's like, oh, I gotta do the 10, and then I can do the next 10. So I don't really know. To me, it feels like I want to get the bar full, so I'm going to sit down and do all 10 and move on. And that's something I'm kind of, and also from a rules perspective, you sit down to relearn the game, and then you're just playing it a bunch, and you're like, okay, like now by the time you play it the third time, you've got the rules internalized, and you're just going. So I don't know. I don't know the approach. But yeah, let me share with you guys my personal 10 by 10 for the year. It's Arborea. And before I continue, part of it was, are these games I've played in a long time? No. And I might want to do a playthrough of them on the channel? Yes. So Arborea, I haven't played in a very long time, but I want to do playthrough on the channel, so it's like that's a great opportunity for that. Daitoshi, I've done a playthrough on the channel, and I've done maybe 2 or 3 playthroughs of it total. After that, I did one on the channel, and I did like 4 after, like total. So I want to get into that, dive deep into it more. Great Western Trail New Zealand, it is by far the Great Western Trail I've played the least. I've played the Great Western Trail 2nd Edition like a dozen times. I've played Argentina almost 10 times, if not 10. And I've played New Zealand 4. And I think I like New Zealand the most. So I want to just play through it some more and just really understand it. So we'll probably do a playthrough for that on the channel. Like I said, Planet Unknown. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Planet Unknown. Actually, I've done 6 of my 10. Raising Robots. That one's also more in line with like how I'm doing Role Player, because it's a beat your own score effectively. But I love me engine building, and the expansion's coming this year from Kickstarter, so that'll be fun to do that and share that with you guys when the expansion comes. And I'll be in the right mindset to like do the playthrough, because I'll have played it to get used to that. Senkori was a game. It's a game that I wanted to do a playthrough of on the channel, and it's a very heavy game, and I think it's got a really cool solo mode. Like you put workers in a bag and draw them out of a bag, and it's a really cool just kind of way to implement a solo mode. I think David Digby did the solo mode, if I'm not mistaken. But Merv was like the first one in the series, then Senkori, and then there's another one later this year, and so I'm excited to just play that one as well. So we'll probably do a playthrough of Merv on the channel, but I'll do one of Senkori. Scythe is cool because I played a ton of Scythe like right when I got it, and then I did all of Rise of Fenris, and like I basically set it up on my table, played through the entire campaign, put it away, and I haven't touched it since. And that was like November of 2022, I think. So it's been over 2 years. So I want to get in some Scythe, so I bought the metal coins and the modular board for it, so I really changed some stuff up. So Scythe will be a lot of fun. Spirit Island, genuinely a top 10 game for me that I have not played in over a year. So longer than over a year. I really need to get into it. I got whatever the expansion was, the Nature Incarnate expansion. I got it, did everything, got all the upgrade components for it, sleeved it all, boxed it all, and have not touched it at all. So it's kind of a disappointment on my part, but we'll get there. And then what was the next one? Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan, mostly regarded as the best T game, the overall best T game, maybe aside from Zolkin, but like typically, yeah, and I've got it right there. And I didn't opt for the Master Collection, like and they're doing a reprint of it, because ultimately there's nothing gameplay wise that I think I need, and I think everything in there is just fine as is. So we'll probably do a playthrough of that at some point. But it's a really good game too. And then the White Castle, another one that we did one of last year, but I really want to sit with it some more. I really enjoy like, what am I trying to say? What the game is like. It's a very thought-provoking, very tough decision-making game, and it's a very small game from a like footprint perspective. And the expansion, I think, just makes it that much better. I think it genuinely makes it that much better. So I'd like to just explore that some more. So those are my 10 games that I'm going to do for a personal 10 by 10. But the way that I want to approach that challenge is to do like all 10 of the playthroughs in one go and then put it away. Or maybe even do 5 and put it away and then come back to the other 5. I don't know. How do you guys approach those X by X challenges? And also, do you guys give yourself any other challenges? Like, do you guys do, I'm going to play all my worker placement games this year. I'm going to play every game in my collection once this year. What have you? I'm going to play all my games from this publisher, this designer. So, let me know how you guys approach those challenges, and or do you even hold yourself that hard to them? Do you say, hey, this is my goal, but if I don't do it, I don't do it? So I'd be really interested to know. I'm going to do it because I got to get the bar full. And the 5x5 I have to do because we're doing videos of them. The next kind of smaller topic is, so last year I decided to dedicate once a week to Marvel Champions. And admittedly, I love the game, but on the channel, they don't get the views like everything else does. They just don't. And I had a really bad sour taste in my mouth over the most recent campaign I did against Ronin. And for me, it sometimes feels like a little bit more work than not to get stuff like I got to build a deck and then do the scenario and play through it and this and that. And then furthermore, Shield got delayed like a month. So I don't know that I'm going to hold doing Tuesdays for Marvel Champions like I did every week for last year. I'll do my best, but I may switch it out and do something else. It's just Marvel Champions doesn't get the same viewership as my other stuff. It doesn't seem like people enjoy it as much. And if I want to play all the games I'm talking about and share those with you guys, I'm going to need to find the space for them. And it looks like I'm trying to do 4 videos a week. I've done 5. I did a lot of videos last year. I think I did about, I have like 900 videos on the channel. I think I did like 200 videos last year. Did I do 200? I did something insane last year in videos. So I did like nearly 20% of the videos on my entire channel, which my channel is 17 years old, were done last year. So to me, it feels like if I'm going to do 4 videos a year, putting one of those videos, or 4 videos a week, and one of those videos being something that a small portion of you guys are enjoying versus something else, I'm going to sideline it a bit. So Marvel Champions isn't going anywhere. When I feel the spark and the enthusiasm to pull it out and play it, I'll share it, and I'll probably do it at least a couple times a month still, especially with like the new heroes coming and like wanting to play with that stuff, or doing a campaign here and there, things like that. But I think I've got a couple playthroughs already that'll be coming because I've got them pre-recorded. But maybe for a little while, we may kind of slow down a little bit on that and fill that Tuesday spot in for something else. I'm looking to do Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday as my videos. Is that right? Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I think, or Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, something like that. I don't know. I haven't decided. But that's kind of the thing I want to do for the videos, and do 4 a week. So with that being said, to segue into the kind of the main topic, is I have too many games coming in. I touched on it a bit with the Planet Unknown Planet Unknown talk, but I have that Kickstarter outstanding at the moment. I'm about this at the time of me recording this. They've fulfilled about half of the pledges in the U.S. So I'm in the back half that hasn't gotten it. Also, Final Girl Season 3 or Series 3, I should be getting any time now. That is also something for some reason my big head doesn't have yet, and I don't understand why, because it's really depressing during fulfillment time when people have stuff that, you're not getting it, and you see that they have it, and it's a bummer. And then the biggest travesty, in my opinion, because this was one of my most anticipated, if not my most anticipated game last year, and surely into this year because it got delayed, is Marvel Dice Throne Missions and the X-Men characters. It was supposed to deliver in August, got pushed back, said delivery, they're going to start fulfilling in January, and there's like 14,000 US backers, and I haven't gotten mine yet, and I'm completely devastated, and I'm neurotically checking all of my, FedEx and USPS and UPS apps to see which the label's been created, because that's the game that I've wanted ever since I knew it was coming, I've wanted it, and having to wait for it is such a bummer. And unfortunately, I'm also seeing a lot of people have issues with parts missing or things coming in damaged. So I'm hoping that isn't me. But I've got three crowdfunding fulfillments that could literally show up at any point that I'm in the dark about. Not to mention, I've got FinSpan on my table. This is after just first play, so we'll see a playthrough of this very soon. I got to get get the rules down and kind of understand what I'm doing. And I'll kind of talk about how it compares to the other two in the video as the playthrough as well. But the one playthrough, enjoyed it, of course. Wingspan's one of my favorite games of all time, so anything related to it's gonna be a winner for me. Plus, I love the ocean and the sea fish, and it really bums me out there's no turtles and squid and things like that. So I'm hoping they add those in the future. You can see behind me, SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, and let me just tell you, it's incredible. Now, that could be the newness of playing it. I've played it twice, and I'm just floored by the game. Again, it could be the newness. It's like you're discovering these aliens, so like maybe that like whatever gameplay changes in there, and after 10 times it's boring. I don't know that, but as of right now, I'm incredibly enthusiastic about that game. SETI is awesome. So I think just with the cards, even like there's so many things you can do. I don't know. And again, maybe I'm overblowing it a bit. Maybe it's not as great after 10 plays or not, but whatever. I'm super excited about SETI. I want to do a playthrough of it on the channel, so that's going to come at some point. And then below SETI, there is Endeavor Deep Sea. I haven't even played it yet. I opened it up. I got the deluxe edition. I bought it for myself for my birthday. And got the deluxe edition because the 5th player is like a blue player, and blue's my favorite color. And unboxed it, organized it, put it back in the box, threw it in there. I know it's supposed to be hard, but that's fine. As long as what you're doing, the gameplay seems very fascinating. So when I learn that, we'll do a playthrough of that. I just actually got this, speaking of crowdfunding, I got this today. The Cursed Castle, which is part of the Solo of the Month Club. And what's wild is I haven't even played this. I shared this a long time ago, and I've still not played it once yet. So I've got to figure my life out about these. So I need to learn this and play this. I need to learn this and play this. And then, what else is there? Is there anything else over here? I don't know. There may be more. But then there's going to be a Galactic Cruise, and they are on track for fulfillment. And the fulfillment hub is where I live. It's in Kansas City, so I'm probably gonna get that really fast. So I'm inundated with so many new games, and I'm wanting to play so many of my older games, and I know that a lot of the games I want to do playthroughs of. So that's partly why, I'm wanting to sideline Marvel Champions just a tad bit. And just really embrace some of these new things I'm really excited about. Because that's really what it comes down to, is being excited to play these games and share these games. So, is there anything you guys have coming in soon? Anything I listed? What else? I should have some other stuff delivering soon too that I'm not even aware of yet. That's the thing. Stuff is just coming. I think One Hit Heroes is coming soon. I don't know when Earth Abundance is coming. We'll do playthroughs of that. I re-sleeved my Astronites, so I want to do more Astronite stuff, so we made some playthroughs of that. Citizens of Spark should be coming. Scar Brea should be coming soon. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff coming. And I just am overwhelmed by the sheer volume of things flying through. And even from last year, I had gotten Evenfall. Well, I haven't got to do a playthrough of that. The beginning of this year, I got 51st State. That game is awesome. 51st State is great. So I want to do a playthrough of that. So yeah, so I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of games coming through for myself, and I want to be able to share those with you guys. So I think the other thing I'm going to do, maybe we'll put out the poll in a couple weeks in February, and I'm going to put up 4 games, and I want you guys to vote on like which ones you'd like to see playthroughs of. Some of them may be a mix of the stuff on my 10x10, my personal 10x10. Some of the stuff may be just some stuff I haven't played in a while. I've got around. I've got some stuff that I've recorded. Like I've got another Castle Burgundy's playthrough I've got recorded already that'll come out. I've got a playthrough of Anachrony that'll come out at some point. So I've got some stuff in the bank, but there's still so much stuff to play, and there's so many things I want to share with you guys. So let me know what you guys, if of the stuff I've even just shared just now, or anything behind me, if there's anything you want to see. But we're probably looking at Finspan very soon. We're probably looking at SETI very soon. And then I'll start putting some polling out. And then we'll do some unboxings of some of the Marvel missions and the whatever. When I get the Kickstarters, we'll do the unboxings. But with all that being said, I'm going to leave it to you guys. I'm going to leave it alone. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you again for the continued support. Bye-bye.